So as WeWork's top brass meet with employees on their future, SoftBank's exec reportedly aimed to slash Newman's exit package, saying that it may be too generous. All this comes as Senator Elizabeth Warren tweeted today that Newman's golden parachute is, quote, another example of a rigged and corrupt system. Here to unravel WeWork's malaise is Dan Primack, the business editor at Axios. Dan, great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
Renegotiating an exit package, isn't that in the books? They can do that at this point?
It's unclear that they can do this. I mean, legally, I think it would be almost impossible, right? I mean, part of this exit package was designed explicitly so that Adam Neumann would give up his voting rights to SoftBank. He's done that, I believe. So if he's given up the voting rights to SoftBank, which is the reason SoftBank's able to put in its people as executives and do the layoffs, that's done at this point. Look, it's terrible PR. It was arguably a bad deal, but for SoftBank, if they're trying to argue to prospective investors in this Vision Fund 2, we know what we're doing, what exactly does it say to them when they're changing their own mind on this company 3 weeks later, a month after they signed this deal in the first place?
It seems like they would have trouble. I mean, they already had trouble going into the fundraising round for SoftBank Vision 2, right? And then this just adds piles on top of it. I would think that they would have a difficult time getting any more money at this point.
Yeah, look, it's a mess. And there's reports, obviously, that SoftBank's trying to raise debt to fund this. There are questions about why didn't they get that process rolling before they agreed to do this particular tender offer. You know, SoftBank folks or folks associated with SoftBank kept saying that JP Morgan's offer, which was the rival offer, the rival bailout offer, they kept suggesting, well, they don't really have the money. It appears SoftBank didn't really have the money either. They just went ahead with the bid. Again, I have a hard time believing they're ultimately going to slash this tender. It's just not something I see they're going to ultimately do. Looked like a trial balloon, went out to the press, and has gotten stomped on pretty hard.
How dented is SoftBank?
It's dented. I mean, it's dented, but the thing that's important to remember about SoftBank is it's not the first time it's been dented, severely dented. Remember, Masa and SoftBank, coming out of the dot-com bust, were absolutely destroyed and left for dead. They got Alibaba. They did an investment in Alibaba. They rode back to the top, and then they became very, very risky. They did more and more deals. But Masa has been through this before. He's not the kind of person who's going to shrink back and say, oh, you know, woe is me, and throw up his hands.
But in the tech bubble, there are so many other casualties. So many other companies were dented as well. Here they are in their own company when it comes to making poor judgments and throwing good money after bad effectively.
It seems like, look, you know, the argument right now, or the thing that SoftBank is saying to its portfolio companies, particularly the ones that they've made major investments in, is you were hyper-growth companies. We invested in you as hyper-growth companies. We now want you to be more responsible, more sustainable growth companies. And as Deidre said, you know, they're saying to a lot of their CEOs, just like Lyft and Uber have told their people today, 2021. Profitability by 2021. That's apparently a magical year for all these tech companies. Don't worry about 2020 so much, but 2021, it'll all be okay.